Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brian coming to you straight from Gangnam, Seoul, South Korea. We're here to talk about voice projection. So, quick background story about me. I was a very shy kid, very introverted. When I talked, people couldn't understand me. I was very quiet like a mosquito. And later, I decided to change my life and work on different aspects of my life. And one of them being actually having the people hear what I say. And that is a very valuable skill to have when it comes to public speaking, just personal life, and dominating whichever environment you go to. I'm not saying the louder you are, you're the most dominant person in the environment, but it does shift the attention towards you, and it conveys high value because a high value person would truly believe that whatever he or she has to say is valuable by talking in a confident manner and saying it loud. So, we're here to talk about how to project your voice explosively and effectively. So, all my life I was talking from my throat, and that's what a lot of people do, and that is very common. However, that doesn't make your voice explode out of your mouth. And then I started hearing these things about like my singer-song friends about talking from a diaphragm. And even though that helped in projecting my voice, what happened was that I was talking louder, but when I go to loud environments such as concerts or clubs, my voice would be damaged midway through the night, and that was actually not healthy for my voice. And Jeffy from Real Social Dynamics, I went to a seminar in LA by him, and what he was talking about was actually talk from your abdominal that surrounds your stomach, and squeeze your vocal cord. And what that means is, so give a quick analogy. If you look at a water hose, you may remember that the water comes and shoots out, but it kind of like drops. What you should be doing is like you squeeze the water hose, that way the water shoots out explosively. So same thing with your vocal cord, you squeeze it, you squeeze your vocal cord, that way your voice explodes out of your throat. So technique number one, strengthen your abdominal, tighten it. Number two, squeeze your vocal cord. So it'll be something like, hey, my name's Brian. Things like that. So I did a quick demonstration and a challenge. Hope you enjoy. All right, what up? This is Brian out in Seoul, Korea, in one of the busiest streets in the city. Real Social Dynamics, RST Jeffy. This is the Fearless Resonator Challenge. So, here we go. So, Jeffy, there you go. In honor of Resonator, projecting my voice, squeezing my vocal cord, and not using my diaphragm, but my abdominal. So, there we go. Thank you. Cheers. So, to go over the techniques that we discussed earlier, we, number one, we strengthen or tighten our abdominal, and two, we squeeze our vocal cord like a water hose. So, keeping those two concepts in mind, we're going to compare how our voices will sound differently with using the technique and without using the technique. So I'm going to talk without tightening my abdominal. So it's gonna sound something like this. Yo, let's get lit. Yo, let's get lit. And let's say I tighten my abdominal. Yo, let's get lit. Yo, let's get lit. So it was actually kind of drastic on how my my vocal tonality changed just by strengthening my abdominal and not changing my abdominal. So it sounded a lot more explosive, a lot more grounded. So let's try squeezing my vocal cord and not squeezing my vocal cord. So not squeezing my vocal cord, it sounds something like, hey, let's get lit. Hey, let's get lit. So now strengthen or squeezing my vocal cord is, yo, let's get lit. Yo, let's get lit. So, I mean, it's kind of, you see the big differences there. And if you go to loud environments, or say you have to talk to a big crowd, then this massively helps. In my previous experiences, I've hosted events before where I had to talk on stage or just talk loud in clubs, concerts, bars. I mean, people have told me that as they're walking in the bar, they could hear me on the other side of the bar. And like, yeah, are you that guy? You're that guy who's talking loud. I'm like, that's me. So this happens all the time. You know, even in my union building, in my university, I'll be talking in the cafeteria, and like as soon as someone walks in the door, first thing they hear is my voice, and they'll tell me that. It's like, oh, Brian's in the building, you know? So keep things in mind. This will help massively with your personal life, your public speaking, and saving your voice in general, you know? If you're someone who are not very outspoken but would love to be, these are very valuable skills. Obviously, it's not gonna take overnight. My basketball coach in high school would tell me all the time, it's like, Brian, it's not gonna happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight, you know? Basketball, life, anything, you know? Same thing with this. It's gonna take time, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And this took me about a year to get to the point where I am right now. I'm still working on it, I'm not stopping. So I highly urge you, if you're a person who's working on this and who would like to love to work on this, go out, implement this, just talking to your friends, like do this. Go to bars and clubs, go to music festivals, go to concerts, and do this. It's only 2 things. So, much love. This was Brian. Good night.